Ready to go in the Ireland Challenge Cup. If you've got any more breath left, here we go. It's Pennsylvania, University of Pennsylvania on the left and Oxford Brookes A on the right. 4 Brookes crews entered in this event, and the A crew have made it through to the final and meet the University of Pennsylvania's A crew, the first varsity boat from Pennsylvania. The 8s are underway. Another trophy to be decided in the next 6 or 7 minutes.
Well, Matt, on the right there, Oxford Brookes. I'd love to know the record number of wins for one club on finals day at Henley Royal Regatta, because Brookes must be putting that under severe threat here. But coming up against the University of Pennsylvania, who themselves are a very, very classy crew. So I will be fascinated to see how this contest unfolds.
Well, it looks to me like Pennsylvania have maybe got a seat at this point. It's a bit hard to tell from the cat alongside here, and so Brookes have been dropped by a couple of seats, and Penn are moving, each stroke just moving through Brookes at this moment. So they probably watched some of the finals earlier and thought, well, no, there's only one way to play this. We have to get out early and try to see if we can break the Brookes spirit. Can we see if we can shake the confidence that's sitting in the head and the heart of each one of these 8 women in the Brookes crew sitting closest to the camera?
Well, that's exactly it, Matt. Game plans matter so much in rowing, and we talk about this one-on-one gladiatorial matchups and how much you get affected by the crew next to you. But Penn will have come into this with a strategy, and they'll be desperate to execute it. And at the moment, it seems to be paying dividends because they have the early advantage.
So here we go, Oxford Brookes on the left of our picture. Their road to the final took in Edinburgh, University of Texas and Durham. And on the right, the young women from the Penn Varsity 8 took on Nottingham University, Northeastern University, and then a tougher race against Stanford to get to the final here. Interestingly, the crews were on all the way through the competition. Each crew was on the other station, so Brookes has been only on this side and Penn has been only on that side. Not that it matters much, but well, there's not a huge amount to call here. I think Brookes have recovered from that sort of early deficit, and they're neck and neck.
Well, this is their second meeting on the Henley stretch. They were at Henley Women's together, and there we go. Nothing to choose between them as they swing past Fawley. It seems to me that Brookes have checked that early Penn advantage.
So 9 metres past this platform is the halfway mark, and it's like you've got to restart the race, really, because there's nothing in it. Those bow balls are aligned just like they were with our historic piece of string at the start. The second half of the race has started as the first half started. It's doing it all over again for another 1,100 metres.
Wouldn't I love to be a fly on the wall in the Cox boxes of the respective crews here? I'm sure the Cox of the Penn crew, Sophia Porsche, will be telling her athletes, look, we're still in this, we're absolutely neck and neck with Brookes. And Brookes will be saying, look, it will be Cameron Moffat in the coxswain seat there. He'll be saying, girls, we have got this one. We've reeled them in, and now we start to walk.
So the 3/4 mile signal, it looks like Brookes were slightly in front. The number 1 goes up. We can't quite see the gap, but I think that Penn will be taking some confidence for this. That's the first crew to hold on to Brookes so far down the track. Maybe there's a bit of doubt creeping into the heads of the Brookes athletes. We know we've got experienced Cameron Moffat in the Cox's seat. They're just calling for some calmness. Now we see Brookes responding to Penn.
Here we go, that formidable race pace that Brookes have exhibited already today on show in full display, going past the Remington Club. And Cameron Moffat there, the Cox of the Brookes boat, he'll be speaking to Brenna Randall in the stroke seat and saying maybe now is the time we mount our move, we make our mark, and we try and dispatch Penn in the middle of this course.
So rowing fans in the US will be on their feet now, calling after the young women of the Penn Varsity 8. Trying to defeat Oxford Brookes, which has proved tricky for others today. And here we are riding with the Brookes crew. Focus, determination, keeping your heads in the boat, just trusting the process. They do so much battling alongside other 8s. It's like another day at the office for Brookes. But this one has got special meaning because you don't often get the chance to put your name on a Henley trophy, and that's what they have here. So Oxford Brookes on the left, and Penn still staying in contention. They really have to dig deep now. It's time to see what they've got left.
Well, we know how rugged the Americans are in their racing spirit, but Brookes are delivered to the top of the domestic tree already. They were winners at the Bucks Regatta and the Henley Women's Regatta, and now looking to cement their name in the history books. But it doesn't seem to me that they've moved any further away from Penn. So, Matt, we should be set for a fascinating finish.
The holders, Brown University from the US of A. Will the trophy come back across this side of the Atlantic to Brookes? Or could it go still to the US? Could Pennsylvania have something left in the tanks as we come into the stewards enclosure? There's only 300 meters to go. All or nothing for Brookes, all or nothing for University of Pennsylvania. But Oxford Brookes, well, they're accelerating.
Well, the last race before lunch serving us up a great pre-meal corker here on the Henley stretch, and it's Brookes and Penn left and right. There's so little to choose between them.
Penn are going again, Penn are going again. They're still fighting every single stroke as they're yelled on, encouraged on over the noise of the crowd. Sophia Perth, sitting in the Cox's seat for Penn, calls them for one last time to order to push on, but it's going to be, well, it looks like another Brookes day. Yasmin Bowers, Oren Smedding, Ariana Ford, Jenny Bates, Rihanna Sumter, Grace Richards, Martha Birtles, Brenna Randall and Cox Cameron Moffat confidently calling Brookes as Penn attack for the final time past the steward's enclosure.
Well, this is it. Penn have checked the mood. Penn are back in contention, but I think Brookes still by a few feet as they come up towards the line. It's probably a quarter of a length to Brookes. They're going to take this one, I think.
Big attack from Penn there. Credit to them. Really big attack in the last 300 metres. Go again, Penn. Go again, but Brookes are rising. It's tense. Penn are coming towards the line. It's going to be really close. Here they accelerate. It's Oxford Brookes just ahead of Penn by a canvas. Oxford Brookes, well, it's a day to be part of that club. My goodness, look at the celebrations again, joining so many other Brookes crews. Umpire Fiona Dennis in Boadicea fitting for this race. Raises the white flag to say it's a clean race and confirming the result. Oxford Brookes A beating University of Pennsylvania Ace A crew in the Island Challenge Cup.
Magical shots here across the Henley finish line. I just saw the face of 5-seat Rihanna Sumter as they crossed the line. She looked in total disbelief, overcome with emotion, and you can see there the delight on the faces of the fans. Brookes with yet another win, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, it means so much to the athletes. Of course, it means so much to the fans, the partners, the families of these crews, and the bonds that are formed from a victorious crew, meaning so much. They just can't believe it. Look at the emotion there. And we know from the sport ourselves how these bonds will last for years, for decades, and they'll be meeting on the banks of Henley Royal Regatta in decades to come, reminding themselves and reconnecting those bonds. And look at the enormous Brookes crowd waiting to receive them back into the boat tent and applaud them ashore.